Please, good visitor, tell me, have you come from Oxborough? My dear sister Florina embarked on a quest there some time ago, and I am anxious to hear word of her welfare. Ah, that's an immense relief to hear. It is inspiring to watch new initiates face the trials of joining the Covenant. But when it's one's younger sister, it is impossible not to feel some apprehension. If you have come with hopeful dreams of enlisting with the Covenant yourself, it's only fair you know what you're getting into. A wraith stalks the lands, and some initiates gave in to fear, and are now in even greater peril. Their cowardice has very likely led them to a dark fate, though it is neither surprising nor unjust. It appears that in their mad flight, they sought refuge in Clearview Crypt, which has now become disturbingly quiet. Now there's courage! I should warn you, however, Lumen Morales believes the initiates engaged in heretical behavior. Templar Damiano went after them, but he has not returned. So go then, newcomer. I have a good feeling about you. The fortitude of Templar Damiano is proven by his safe return, though it is your courage that saved him. It sounds like justice was served with the initiates. But I wonder, how did they succumb to become corrupted? So they embraced the darkness of their own accord. Then I can only hope they suffered at your hand. I will gather any of the initiates' belongings remaining in the Enclave and see them purged by fire. Lumen Morales would speak with you. She can seem strange, but she is one of the most respected members of the Order. She was my mentor, and I suggest you give great consideration to her words, for she is inspired. Very well. I must attend to cleansing the foul presence of those initiates from our sacred halls. When Florina returns, I hope all this is far behind us.
Miserable thieves! Killing me is one thing, but stealing my life's work? Idiotti! It was my own fault. Foolish Giacomo. Curse my trusting soul! This means no traveler's rest. A place of rest for weary travelers, of course. I am Giacomo Altoviti, architect. Perhaps you have heard of me? No? Well, you would have if my workmen hadn't stabbed me in the back literally and run off with my design notebook and tools. So many survivors on this island have no home, no roots. I long to provide that for them. Safety is always the biggest concern. I can create that safety on a much smaller scale. The bastardi left me with nothing, but you're here. So there's hope. The innkeep saw workers a few days ago discussing a notebook of secrets. Suspicious, no? If you begin the hunt, I'll finish business here and follow.
Ah, you dealt that laughing bastard a thrashing. Well done. The wolves finally met a more vicious wolf. This doesn't mean I trust you, by the way. But I can't argue with your results. Did you learn why they're here? Let's see. Varangians, eh? Never heard of them. Not much to work with here. But I didn't expect much anyways. Ha! Backup plan. I'll surround the keep with enough traps so those bastards regret they ever came here. Heh!
Is that my notebook? Oh, grazie. And what of those coglioni who stabbed me and stole it? The one who had it was corrupted! Ha ha! A fitting end to his greed and treachery. Now the work begins. The safety of a traveler's rest will welcome those weary from their journeys. My goal is for everyone on Eternum to have a home of their own. And to that end, take this for your own home. You're cunning and resourceful. I like that. But do you truly understand my work? Four walls, a roof. There's not a home. Safety, warmth, comfort. Now that's a home. Now what kind of question is that? What's not great about home ownership? A place to store your belongings, a reliable place to fast travel and respawn? Why, it's simply madness not to own a home if you have the gold. It is sanctuary. A haven that beckons after a long day. It anchors you to the land. And spirit shrines can deposit you gently inside from anywhere on the island. Friend, opportunity abounds here. Look around and you'll find prospects for coin. Once you have a home, use the furniture I've given you. Create your own. Then return, for more work remains to be done.
I have seen you puttering about town before, and quite busily at that, seeking rumors and ghosts and all manner of snooping. Just what have you been up to, hmm? The magistrate has a right to know. Is that what all this hustle and bustle was about? My friend, we are perfectly capable of mounting a defense. Our guards are the finest in Eternum. Why not rest a while? Perhaps leave some coin at our fine establishments?
What's that you're holding? I could use a good strong brew before me next hunt. Let me guess, one of Unware's? Don't look surprised. I've lived in Everfall at least as long as that old rascal. Well, nothing from Unware's killed me yet. Bottoms up. And give him my regards, will you?
Any packages meant for the household can be given to me. What's this? Arnware's Ancient Miracle Elixir? What a bizarre name. The label says it cures all aches, ailments, and heartaches. How could a potion cure heartache? Oh, I do feel less tense after a few sips. That's a pleasant surprise in these trying times. Thank you.
As of today, I've sold at least a dozen orders of Anwer's ancient miracle elixir. They're going faster than I can make them. And of course, I would never forget to pay my best friend in this endeavor. Of course it did. Hope is more potent than any potion. Though we live forever, ailment, despair, and darkness still plague us. Sometimes all we need to step back from the brink is a small sip of hope.
Couldn't help but overhear you talking to that magistrate fellow. It's a waste of time talking to such fools. Their power is getting others to do things, not doing it themselves. I've heard the constable here in Oxborough came from the old Roman Empire centuries in the past. Some say she's gone a little soft in the head, but maybe that means she'll take you serious.
Oh, ever since you went in search of your huntress, I've been plying everyone with a modicum of power to do something, anything to prepare themselves for war. Oh, I confess, I am near to the end of my wits. The fact that you are still standing here suggests there's something you haven't told me. If it's about the corrupted coming, I already know. But these others, they won't understand the danger until it's too late. Oh, can such a thing exist? It feels too good to be true. Here we are, teetering on the edge of disaster, and you conveniently have the answer? Sorry, but I've patrolled the streets of Oxborough long enough to know this ruse. The Soul Wardens? Well, I've heard stories, but not in any context which would give me hope. But, by all means, if you want to battle the corrupted, you'll find them at the farms to the north. I won't be holding my breath.
This Azoth is only slightly contaminated with human bone dust. It will suffice. These defenders must have been made for a special purpose, and the Azoth samples should illuminate that purpose. Now, the moment of truth, when all my theories are put to the test. Tell me, have you ever heard of an armillary sphere? Accurate, if simple. The ancients employed them as well, though theirs were far more complex. Between the astronomical names of each tower and my own prior research, I believe an armillary sphere is the key to reactivating the tower system. At last! The armillary sphere! I'll insert the keys and... That's unexpected. Well, the good news is that I now know the purpose of the obelisks. They drew power from the heavens to protect the land against corruption. You've done so much for me in my research, friend. You remind me of one of my former colleagues, Simon Gray. We had a bit of a rivalry, as you might imagine. Simon led the expedition into the Amrine excavation of Windswood many years ago, and never returned. I still say the real genius behind Simon was his foreman, who mapped every ancient ruin in all Eternum. Who knows? He never returned from the excavation either. I assume they're both dead. Or worse. Say, though, if some bold soul, such as yourself, were to get me the foreman's ledger, I would offer a handsome reward.